ir a matar. quality of our sound because we've lost some good quality sound. We had some bit of wind. Bear with us. But we will be continuing right now with the program. Thank you very much for having me the time to be here. We will try and move as fast as we possibly can so that we have to race against time. We appear to be having a promise for a downpour. So in the meantime, as we start the program, I'll invite to the podium Mr. Tafa, who is the Executive Manager at Botswana Tourism Organisation, to come and do salutations and start the program right away. My name is Kitso Mokaila, and I'll be coordinating today's event. And thank you very much for having made the time to be here with us today to come and celebrate our icon, to come and celebrate Ross, the Kalahari Ferrari. Let's give ourselves a big round of applause and give him yet another big round of applause. Thank you very much. Over to you, Mr. Tafa.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Director of Ceremonies, Honorable Minister Environment, Natural Resource Conservation and Tourism, Honorable Mokaila, Permanent Secretary, Environment of Natural Resources Conservation and Tourism, Deputy PS, Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Sport and Culture Development, Chairman, Botswana Tourism Organisation, Chairman of the Hospitality and Tourism Association of Botswana, me CEO Hatap Kotengre and me Gaborone, CEO of our Parastatal Gambling Authority, the President of Botswana Motorsport, Botswana National Sports Council representatives here present, the Sporting Fraternity that is here present, all sponsors that sponsored our hero here today, here present, motorbike number 114, all dignitaries here present that I have not mentioned, the media, fellow riders, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all and welcome you to this event tonight. I'm very pleased today to be here this evening to celebrate and welcome you to this very important event, where we are meeting to celebrate one of us, a well-celebrated motorbike rider who has always been popular amongst local motor enthusiasts. I can now safely say Ross Branch has branded himself well during the 2019 Dakar Rally and the Botswana off-road motorbike sport very well internationally. Well done to you. I can attest to the fact that wherever you go across the country, the name Ross Branch resonates with every Botswana available here who has been following not only the Dakar Rally, but also the sporting fraternity here, particularly in the motorbike section. Ladies and gentlemen, I have witnessed the Kalahari Ferrari, as he's commonly called now, exploit our backyards, traversing the Kalahari sands with ease for years. During events such as Kawa June Challenge and Toyota Kalahari Botswana Desert Race, which is a feeder to the renowned annual Dakar Rally. These two events that have always been hosted with Botswana Tourism Organisation are proof that aspiring riders can improve and nurture their skills and even go further to compete on an international stage. I'm proud to say the man we're celebrating today has been a part of this journey with Botswana Tourism, selflessly dedicating his time to train and develop some of our young talents enrolled under the Kawa Riding Academy. Currently, these youngsters now are competing and have challenged our mature riders that are here, and they can attest to the fact that indeed they're giving them in cover. Being a motorbike rider myself, yes, I do ride some. I can attest that being on a machine and riding through some tough terrain in Botswana, it's not for the faint-hearted, I must say. It takes a lot of skill and patience. And therefore, you need to be technically and mentally prepared, particularly for an event such as Dakar Rally. For Ross Branch to have completed the Dakar Rally shows some admirable character that he has displayed. We are proud to be associated with such. Thank you, Chief. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for gracing this event to come and join us. And we would like to also thank the branches, my branch, Rekhaven branch, and the sister and his husband and her husband, to allow us to share this moment with the champ, knowing that he just arrived and this is time for you to also see how he has been doing when he was away. I am confident that he will make a crucial contribution to the development of motorsport in Botswana, so we may develop more Ross branches and more Kalahari Ferraris who will compete and raise the flag high for Botswana. I wish you an enjoyable evening and hope to see you all this year at some of our sporting events so that we can cheer on our local riders and also ensure that one of these days, one of our riders here also is representing us in the international arena. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, I welcome you all. Thank you.
What Mr. Tafa forgot to share is that motorbike riding is a disease that once it gets into a family, everybody gets infected. Mr. Tafa's 2 children are already riding, and it doesn't matter whether you are a girl, so long as you are part of the motorbike riding family, the bug would obviously catch up with you. The Mama Lucas are here, and Kevin Branch, Senior Branch, will bear testimony to this because they say the apple doesn't fall too far from a tree. At this point in time, I'll be inviting the Honorable Minister for Environment, Natural Resources, Conservation and Tourism, Minister Kitso Mokaila, to come and give us a few words. And thank you very, very much, riders. You've been spectacular, and thank you for that spectacular show. Trust me, the wind didn't take it away from you. Thank you very much. You may take your seats at the back. Thank you. Honorable Mokaila.
Don't look at my feet, eh? This is session personified. Thank you very much. You know, one of the things that always worries me is when you ask people to write a speech for you and then they say it themselves. So I'm going to have to shoot from the hip, and thank God I'm going to do my best. Let me start with the salutations. Salutations means greeting those who are here and telling everybody who is here. My Permanent Secretary, Re Rapaka, my Deputy Permanent Secretary, Chairman of my board, Chairman of the Gambling Authority, our guest of honor, Rep Branch and his wife and dad, Hospitality CEO, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening. As you know, I am only 6 weeks old in this ministry, but I am fortunate to have been a minister in this ministry. And when we started Kawa, it was like we were playing games. Today is about you, and therefore, let me address you. Thank you for doing us proud. as a nation. Thank you for showing those in South America that there are those in Africa, and that's particularly in Botswana, who can ride a bike. I think the name Kalahari Ferrari is very befitting because what you demonstrated there. As we watched you through live streams and all that, we knew you were going to do well. How well, we were not sure, but we knew you were going to do well. And indeed, you did do well. As the race progressed, it became obvious that you were going to do very, very well. But to win the rookie, to get that title, was just the cherry on the icing. I want to take you back to in memory while I was the Minister of Environment, Wildlife and Tourism many years ago, when we started the Kawa Dune Challenge. It was about starting something to diversify our tourism product, using sport as a vehicle to diversify our tourism product, and to create excitement in that community in Kawa, which has nothing to share with anybody. We hope everybody, especially all the bikers that are here today, will occasionally, once in a while, go to Kawa to go hone their skills for the Kawa Challenge, because that's what it's there for. It is about also enabling the community in Kawa to grow their own area by hosting you away from the Kawa Dune Challenge. So Ross, your contribution to that community will not go unnoticed, has not gone unnoticed. There are some bush Ferraris out there, little ones and growing ones that are coming because of you. And this is part of giving back to the society. When you say we are using sports as a vehicle to diversify our product. I want to say personally, thank you for that. I want to thank the Branch family. I was sitting there with Ross, and I was asking him what it takes to actually do this Dakar Rally race. And he tells me it takes a year of preparation. Some of the things I asked him I can't say on live TV, and I asked him whether some certain activities continue as part of the preparation. And the wife was one doing the laughing, so I didn't understand, but maybe we'll continue that conversation when I come back there. But what he told me, physically, what the Dakar takes out of your body, I think that speaks to the young man. His commitment, his resilience, his do-or-die character. I generally used to call him Mr. Easy because I've never seen Ross looking stressed. He's always laughing. And I think that is the character it takes for a rider with absolute commitment. So Ross and those in Kawa, thank you again. I wish to direct this to the private sector. We have created many stars, whether in motocross riding like Ross, in racing with Nigel Amos and co. The private sector must step up to the plate and own these people and brand themselves around them, package them well to ensure that they carry their messages and brands forward. Because government alone cannot help. We can only do so much, but it is for the private sector to step up to ensure that these brands, global brands we may even say now, should be assisted, supported, so we continue to compete on the global stage. So the private sector, please step up. I want to thank those who made it possible for Ross to go and compete successfully. He was telling me that the amounts of monies that are needed to do that. Am I allowed to tell what it takes? He says it takes well over $1 million, 1.2 million, 1.3 million for this particular race. But as competition grows, it will be more money every year. But I think everybody sees his value, and I want to thank Macare, for making it possible for you to go there. that is the only part of the private sector that I know is stepping up. So I think the proposal that is very necessary again, because we are here today praising ourselves for what the Ross has achieved, but it was through them that they really have to go there. Tourism and sport are the way to go. Sport has following, and therefore from us, from our point of view, as Botswana Tourism, we intend to continue to support sport where it shall help us. And those who don't know, the investment that Botswana Tourism does in terms of creating these activities into big activities and becoming branded is what led to, for instance, our ability for us to provide the Dakar direct entry through the Kalahari race. So I think it's important that we acknowledge Botswana Tourism. They do a sterling job, and I think we'll be doing a lot more in support while I've tried and grow our diversification of sport. In conclusion, because we don't want to talk too much, in conclusion, I want to thank all the riders that are here, who I want to believe are absolutely motivated. But obviously, looking at how much money is required, we are going to have to organize ourselves better in terms of raising the money necessary to ensure our teams are able to go compete. With those few remarks, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Ross home, his beautiful wife and dad. This name branch, I guess, comes from you, that the branch is growing. And I hope we'll get more branches from Ross, much as he didn't tell me that if that is allowed in preparation for the Dakar Rally. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Good evening.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Before the Minister goes, I will invite to the podium Ross Branch. Kevin and Ross, same WhatsApp group. Ross Branch this time around to come and receive a token from the Minister, so we may allow the Minister to go sit down. Come forth, please. I will explain what is in the bag. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Ross just received a 6-day 5-star holiday in the Okavango Delta. Sorry, Minister. Courtesy of the Botswana Tourism Industry, not just Botswana Tourism Organisation, but Botswana Tourism Industry. And the holiday package is worth 150,000 pula. And it is courtesy of Botswana Tourism Organisation, Wilderness Safaris, and Belmont Safaris. And I want to thank the representatives of the mentioned companies who are here with us tonight for that kind gesture. We can only share what we offer in the tourism industry, which is hospitality. Thank you very much, our colleagues in the tourism industry, for that beautiful, beautiful gesture. This is the time for the man himself, an African icon who passed on yesterday, Mr. Oliver Mdukuzi, sang a song and he said, "Why should I die, only to be recognized as a hero later?" Tonight we are here to celebrate Ross while he's still here, to hear it for himself, while he's still here, to see who is here to celebrate him, including those that may not have been able to come here, and to know and appreciate just how beautiful and honored we feel as a country, as Botswana, that he's been able to do what he did for us. Like Tafa said, the Dakar Rally is a difficult rally. Rose Branch, please come forward and share with us your experiences.
Good evening, Honourable Minister, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, a big thank you for all of you to be here. It's a moment I've waited for my whole life. I wanted to represent Botswana. I wanted to represent Botswana my whole life, and finally, on an international level, I know I had to give it all or nothing. I didn't just have myself or my family that was, counting on me. It was a whole country, and to some of the most amazing sponsors that, dug deep. Not only the sponsors that have helped me out now, but the sponsors that have helped me out my whole career. Pick and Pay, Botswana, Armstrong's Attorneys has been unbelievable. And to my sponsors that got me out the Freight Transport, Mac Air, King Oil Time Projects, and KTM South Africa. I can't thank you guys enough. Without you guys, it wouldn't have been possible for me to get there. So a big thank you and a round of applause to those people that got me there, please. Just a little bit about my journey. I started racing when I was 4 years old, and started riding with my dad. And it's a bug that's bitten. Like Mr. Tupper says, it's a family bug as well. My whole family is involved in motorsport, and it took a lot of hard work and preparation to get here. Everyone thinks that Dakar happens in 1 or 2 years, but unfortunately I've been trying to get to Dakar since '92, when my dad took me to watch a race called Paris-Le-Cap, where it was the Dakar that goes from Cape Town to from Paris to Cape Town. I watched one stage and I knew I was hooked for the rest of my life. So finally this year I finally made it come together and made it happen. And like I say, I'm really privileged to fly our flag. And I really hope I made you guys proud and kept the blue, black and white up there where it needed to be. Just about promoting motorsport. I'm at the age now where I'm getting older for racing, and like to give back to the sport. And luckily enough, thanks to Botswana Tourism Organisation for involving me in a project that's very close to my heart, the Dakar Rally Academy. And I go there every 3 months, just for you guys that don't know. And I train kids for 14 days and teach them how to ride. And I feel that we have at least 7 kids now that can race the desert race, and who knows, maybe this year they'll be able to beat me. It's a real honor to be up here and to have so many people looking up to me, and to people that have supported me. I can't thank you enough. It was everybody got together, and I've seen a whole country come together for one person. And just really, when I was sitting there, I had the worst 3 days of my life, the first 3 stages, because the first day I had a problem with the GPS and they gave me a bit of a time penalty, so I was arguing with them, which is not the easiest thing to do. Day 2, I broke the bike and I had to replace the engine and the penalty, so it was really scary. We've got a whole country to look out for, and I've already got penalties in the first 2 days. Day 3, I had a big crash at about 160 km an hour, and I had to dust myself off because yet again, it wasn't about me, it was about the people that supported me and the people that got me there. So, just looking back, as I was telling the Honourable Minister, the messages and the well wishes that meant the world to me. When I was down, you guys picked me up, and I can't thank the whole country for everything you've done for me. And I hope to continue to make you proud. We've got a lot of plans for 2019, and of course going back to Dakar in 2020, where I can represent you guys, and hopefully getting to the top 10, and you never know, maybe take it a step further than that. From the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight and being a part of this journey with me. There's no I in team, and I think that we're one hell of a team, and I really appreciate everybody here tonight. Thank you so much to the riders. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Rosa. Just so we also get to appreciate who else has been behind all our efforts in motorsport in Botswana. We will invite to the podium Jackie, representing Botswana Motorsport. BMS has always been a part of what we do for Botswana Tourism Organisation. Our dream to grow sports tourism. We've always been partnering with BMS. Jackie.
the Mayor of Gaborone, Honorable Thuli, sorry if I'm pronouncing your surnames incorrectly, all government leaders here, present, corporate leaders, members of the media, motorsport community, the man of the moment, Ross, his family, his sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Botswana have a huge enthusiasm for motorsport, and athletes like Ross have shown that they also have enough talent to succeed on the international stage. For that, we would like to congratulate him. Please let's give a round of applause to Ross. Just a bit of background about Botswana Motorsport. We are the professional governing body of motorsport in Botswana. We are the body to whom local clubs affiliate and participate in events geared towards promoting the sport and training of athletes. As BMS, we are under the wing of Botswana National Sports Council, meaning we are a fully recognized body through all structures of government. For that, we would like to thank our government for seeing the need to set up a body that helps to develop this sport. That said, because we are regarded as a viably competitive sporting code, we also subscribe to international affiliate bodies so that Botswana motorsport athletes may also participate in international events. Motorsport has many benefits, and today I'd like us to do a little did you know, like the bubblegum rap. Did you know motorsport improves driving safety? Yes, a motorsport driver or rider, whether a professional athlete or one who drives for leisure, drives in the safest and most focused state, even in their everyday lives. Did you know motorsport builds careers? Professional athletes, engineers, computer scientists, geographers, psychologists, doctors, and fashion designers, etc. Did you know it develops enterprise? Hardware and software solutions, GPS and drones, cars and bike supplies or manufacturing, sports marketing, sports medical consulting, sports gear manufacturing, television and media. Did you know motorsport enhances tourism? Motorsport enthusiasts will travel to watch their favorite sport, the desert race, which has been in Botswana for years now, and fans have traveled with it everywhere it goes, even if they don't have a favorite driver or rider. Did you know motorsport boosts the economy? No doubt. With all its potential, motorsport will boost our economy to greater heights, keeping many industries such as financial services, petroleum, science and technology. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's not let these many opportunities pass us by. Sorry, my papers are down. I implore the corporate community to assist Botswana Motorsport to develop this potential. Ross has invested so much time and money in his skill over many years where he only had a dream. KTM in South Africa spotted him and nurtured him to become the star he is today. It's a sportsman's dream to inspire others, so that as people cheer them on, one or more fans should one day be on the world stage just like him. Finance remains very challenging for our athletes. Let's from today look at the possibilities lying ahead of us and recognize that if we gave motorsport a bit of attention, we will be building careers, businesses, tourism, and the economy at large. I believe your presence here already demonstrates the confidence you have in the sport, so thank you for being here. So now that you are here, in closing, you have heard about Ross's story, but there are so many others you may not have heard of. As BMS, we ask for your pledges here today. Please visit our store, which will be set up under the BNSC banner, and sign our pledge book. We have listed partnership and sponsorship opportunities that you may want to consider. If you're not sure but you'd like us to get in touch after today, Still do write your details and we will reach out to you. Your pledge to BMS would help us to create and celebrate more Rosses, as we intend to host a prize-giving ceremony to celebrate Ross and other riders for their dedication to the sport. We urge you to also purchase tables and witness the talent that Botswana has. Thank you, and this thank you goes a very long way to Botswana Tourism for always raising your hand to Botswana Motorsport. Thank you all for making the time to join in this special celebration. Once again, please make your way to the BNSC store to offer your pledge. Have a safe and great evening.
Thank you very much, Jackie. Very powerful woman, powerful sportswoman. Her son is 9 years old and he's already riding. You probably may have seen him riding through, leading the pack. And like I mentioned earlier, it's a disease that once it gets into a family, the entire family gets affected. That brings us to the end of this short ceremony. It brings us to the end of the formalities. Feel free to grab Ross and take a picture with him next to his bike. Refreshments will be served, and before we start, or while refreshments are being served, may I request all bikers to go stand next to Ross's bike so they may take a picture with the minister. We tried doing that earlier, but as you saw, the weather wasn't permitting.